Creepy Maria time. Oh no, I'm not satisfied. I'm never satisfied.
満足って何がだよ。
Oh my god. I would just say, I would be satisfied if you told Beatrice to kill you. But you know, what do I know?
バトラは親族の誰かを疑うのが嫌だから、犯人はベアトリーチェであってほしいと願ったよ。
Guess I got my wish.
だからベアトリーチェは叶えた。
Yay.
バトラが言った通り、絶対に人間には無理なことをして、バトラに魔女の存在を信じさせてくれた。
Well, it's either a witch or someone that was hiding under the bed.
なのにわがまま。
God, she's such a fucking creepy ass child. Smack the shit out of her. I tapped Maria, who was laughing unpleasantly, on the head with my fist. Oh, they slapped the shit out of her. And that would have been like, eh. At that point, talking bad about the dead like that, especially with George right there after it happened, it's like, yeah, it's pretty fucked up. Time to see more people dead. Ushirimiya Eva, found on the bed of a guest house inside the mansion with a weapon resembling an ice pick sticking out of her forehead. Beautiful. Ushirimiya Hideyoshi, found in the bathroom in the same guest room that Eva was found in. Like Eva, there was a weapon resembling an ice pick sticking out of his forehead. You can't see either of them by looking through the gap of the door while the chain is set. You can't see them, so you can't reach them. Hey, how could a human possibly kill them? Yeah. Fuck off, man. Fuck off, Maria.
ああ、叶えてくれてありがとうよ。今のはその礼と、不謹慎な時に笑ったことへの教育的指導だ。
True.
それより教えやがれ。エヴァおばさんたちの部屋の扉にも、また怪しげな落書きがされていた。あれもまた魔法陣なのか。
あれは特に覚えやすい特徴的な形なんだから、あのくらい知っててほしいね。
Fuck off, Maria.
知らねえから花を持たせてやってんだ。ごちゃごちゃ言わねえで解説しろい。
Oh shit.
バトラは暴力的だね。あんまり意地悪すると教えないよ。
Then fucking speak.
言うよこのげんこつ男。あれは月の一の魔法陣だよ。
何の意味がある？その魔法陣のご利益は？
Oh shit, what? That means nothing to me. Tell me what it does.
書かれてるヘブライ語の意味は？
記されているのは旧約聖書詩編第107編の16節。
I still don't have a fucking Bible on me, dude. Stop fucking quoting.
主は聖堂の扉を破り、鉄の缶抜きを打ち破ってくださいました。
Of fucking course it does. Good God.
魔法陣の効用は2つ。1つはいかなる方法によって閉ざされた扉でも開くことができる。
そりゃ便利な魔法だぜ。
Oh shit.
つまり魔法の力に頼らなきゃ開けぬ密室の扉っていう魔女様のアピールってわけか。もう一つの効用は？
開かぬ扉を八方塞がりの事態に見立て扉を開く。難解な事態の時に用いることでそれまで思いつきもしなかった解決策を与えてくれるんだよ。平たく言うと観察力や洞察力、ひらめきや直感を授けてくれるんだね。ベアトリーチェはバトラごとき人間風情にこの扉の開き方がわかるものかって挑発してるんだよ。
Fucking header. Thank you.
よーし、もう黙れご苦労。上等だぜ。その魔女の挑戦受けてやら。
You know, I'd be just really pissed. I'd probably just punch that fucking painting and just destroy it. Fuck it. Because I would be pissed.
マリアちゃん
Especially whenever fucking Jessica decides to fucking die. Because that's gonna be probably fucking inevitable. Because it always ends up that way. So whenever she's about to die, that's when I just destroy the painting and say, fuck you.
この世に魔女も悪魔も存在しない。父さんと母さんは誰かが殺した。それが僕のよく知る人間なのか知らない人間なのかはわからない。でもそのどちらであっても必ず人間なんだ。
しかしどうやって、せいぜい10センチ程度しか開かない扉の隙間からどうやったら室内の2人を。
それにしても耐え難い匂いです。一体何事なのですか？
That's the most important thing here. Kena and Kumasawa, who had gone on ahead, realized the smell wasn't coming from the kitchen even before they arrived there. That was because they noticed an even thicker wave of stench rising up from the stairs leading to the basement, which they patched on their way to the kitchen. Oh god, what's down there?
ボイラー室。
Oh god, what's in there? Who's dead now?
またボイラーの調子が悪いんでしょうか。
Probably. The stairs led to the underground boiler room. The mansion's boiler was old and in poor condition. Both of them had witnessed problems with the boiler on several occasions, but they'd never smelled the boiler belching out a stench like this before. What's in there?
今の音は。
Fuck that shit. Not going down there. The thing they heard from the basement was definitely the sound of a door closing. Kumasawa had phrased it as a question, but she already knew it couldn't be anything else. Kumasawa was so surprised at the sound that her knees gave way She was so surprised at the sound that her knees gave away yet again, and she cowered. After all, at that very moment, no one could have been in the boiler room. Just a few seconds ago, everyone had been crowded together around Eva and Hideyoshi's room. God damn it, Kenzo. Why are you fucking with us? So who caused the sound of a door closing just now?
Canon-san!
After taking a second to sort out the situation, Canon ran down towards the basement. You fucking moron! Since they'd heard the sound of a door closing just now, there was no sign of anyone coming up the stairs. The person who'd closed the door had to be inside the boiler room now. If the boiler room had been a dead end, Canon wouldn't have rushed in so hastily. But Canon was a servant, so he knew. There were two entrances to the boiler room, one that opened to the mansion and one that opened to the courtyard. If he didn't chase them now, they might slip away. Kumasawa reached the same conclusion long after Canon did. But she couldn't let him go alone. If the thing in the boiler room was the culprit, an opponent who had easily killed 6 adults in the first murder, then no matter how Canon confronted them, he wouldn't be a match. Of course, with this argument, even if Kumasawa joined him, it wouldn't change anything. At any rate, after a delay, Kumasawa decided that she mustn't let Canon go alone, and so she rushed down the stairs. At that time, Canon was already in the boiler room. The boiler room's characteristic damp heat tormented him. It had always been an unpleasant, smelly, and hot place. And on top of that, the room was full of that horrible stench, which made Canon feel like he was going to be sick. There was no doubt that this room was the source. And in that case, Canon should have been searching for where the smell was coming from. However, Canon kept gazing straight forward as he grabbed a hatchet from a tool shelf just off the side of the door. Come here, motherfucker! He hadn't stretched out his hands because he hadn't wanted a hatchet. He had wanted to grab a weapon, any weapon. Why? Just in case. Come here, motherfucker. Who's down here? Canon gazed into the darkness where the naked light bulb couldn't pierce. Then he answered.
ルーレットは数字と赤黒にかけて配当を競い合う。
だが赤か黒かのようなリスクの低い賭けはその程度の配当しか与えられない。
The words coming from Canon's mouth were swallowed up by the darkness. That darkness suddenly started to swirl, glittering. Genzo, get out here. Okay, or not. Oh, fuck that. Nope. I don't want to deal with the fucking witch. Unless I have this hatchet. It was such a fantastical scene. I'm gonna fucking hatchet the shit out of him. Golden sparkling butterflies that hid in the shadows all over the boiler room flapped their wings twinkling beautifully and gathered in the darkness, disappearing. Canon suddenly continued speaking, directing his words at the darkness as it swallowed the butterflies up. But as the butterflies gathered in the darkness, they, probably, no, they would certainly laugh. But Canon continued to speak without faltering in the slightest.
逆により的中率の低い賭け方をすれば
Don't fucking throw
そ
the
のリ
hatchet.
スクに比例した配当が与えられる。親方様は天文学的なリスクを的中できることを奇跡と呼び、その結果得られる天文学的な配当を魔法と呼んでいた。親方様とお前がどんな魔法を求めてルーレットに挑んでいるのか、そんなことには興味ない。しかしお前は忘れている。ルーレットには赤でも黒でもない目が出うることを
Two greens.
忘れている。
Roulette has a special pocket called a zero, which means that the house takes everything in certain variants in the game. This means that all the coins bet on the table will be swept up, just as though everyone has forfeit.
僕は一つだけ心に決めていた。もしシャノンが殺されて僕が生き残るようなことがあったなら、この身を投げ出してお前のルーレットを全て台無しにしてやろうと。これは親方様が決めたルールでも、ましてやお前が決めたルールでもない。このルールは僕が作った。僕はもう家具じゃない。
Yay, you're not furniture.
お前のルーレットのゼロなんだ。
Oh good, you're gonna die. Canon's face twisted with humiliation. It was clear that his defiance against his own weakness was being ridiculed somehow. Canon's brows creased even further, and a fierce expression that he'd never shown to anyone appeared on his face. The hand grasping the hatchet was shaking. His sweat became drops, which slid downward. It was clear that the emotion causing Canon's hand to shake wasn't just anger. However, Canon suppressed that emotion.
僕はもうお前の言葉に惑わされたりはしない。
The fuck you talking about?
悪魔のルーレットはこれでおしまいだ。地獄にてさらに1000年ベアドリージ
Kill her! When Canon raised the hatchet and tried to dive into the darkness definitely sneered. It sneered at the courage as if it were vulgar, lazy, futile, and meaningless. Oh, he's just gonna hit nothing. The fuck was that? Canon, his hatchet still held aloft, couldn't take another step after that. With a clang, the hatchet that he'd been grasping fell and rolled on the floor. And following that, with a pair of thuds. Canon's knees hit, left and then right. That hand which was trying to catch the sky, now that the hatchet had been dropped, gradually lowered, landing on his chest. Oh! Something fucking went into his chest. Then the other hand did the same. Damn. Right there, a handle with the demon-shaped design was buried into his chest. The same type of weapon that had been stabbed into Ava and Hideyoshi's foreheads was in Canon's chest. Beautiful. Dead. Oh, this sucks. This sucks. Canon was curled up in anguish, fresh blood dripping from the corner of his mouth. Dribbling from the corner of his mouth. It was makeup too extreme for Canon's white skin. You bitch! Damn, that's rough. Now I actually have to go fucking see that poem. Though he has a nice fucking stab wound now, but... Okay, so... Second Twilight, those who remain, torn apart. Yeah. Third, those who remain shall praise my noble name. We haven't even gotten to the third Twilight, I guess. Unless this is, like, something else. Weird. Gouge the head. Someone did. The chest, so Kumasawa's gonna be the stomach next. I'd imagine. Then someone gets in the knee, then someone in the leg. Okay. That's beautiful. Around this scene, the glittering golden butterflies danced through the darkness, mesmerizing. It was a beautiful, beautiful dance, a funeral march of tribute, ridicule, and contentment for a single boy's self-sacrifice. Actually, Kumasawa will be in the stomach. Genji will probably take it in the knee. Nanjo's in the leg. That would make the most sense. Because I don't see Battler dying. Hopefully Jessica doesn't die. That's what I'm really just holding hope for. George, he's suffered enough. He's probably not going to die. Or at least, I think because it does the none shall remain, I think everyone's going to die eventually because, you know, just in some weird way. But Natsui probably isn't going to die in a weird way, necessarily. All of it's fucking weird, but I don't see him dying in this special way. Canon had already been prepared for his own death. But although he couldn't do nothing but accept the death he had received, he attempted one last measure of resistance. He grasped the handle of the weapon sticking into his chest with both hands. Oh, that's going to hurt even more and make you bleed out faster. And gritting his teeth with an acute, unearthly pain, he pulled it out. Oh my god! I want to die. For only a moment, a bright red spray gushed out. Oh my god. It made an unpleasant bloop sound. It probably resembled the sound of Canon's soul as it was sucked into the swamp of the dead. Good job, Canon. I wouldn't have fucking pulled it out.
Canon-san?
Yeah, you're next, old lady. Kumasawa screamed at the incomprehensible sight in front of her. Canon was lying in a pool of blood. Kumasawa's heart was a complete mess. Ah, what a horrible fate. He would have been killed if he wouldn't have been killed if I had been there with him. Ah, what horrible luck. If I had been with him, I might have been killed too. As she screamed, her expression was filled with complete confusion, and all of the muscles on her face were pulled up, almost as though she was smiling while crying. But no one could have made fun of an expression like this. Never mind, she's not going to die immediately. The first one to dash in was Natsui, holding the rifle. Battler and Genji dashed in after her. Normally, they probably would have started discussing the origin of that violent stench filling the boiler room. But after they saw Canon, who was lying on the ground as if he were drowning in an ocean of his own blood, the stench wasn't important anymore. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. He got stabbed in the fucking chest. Natsui realized that even though Canon was on the verge of death, he was still unconscious. So she sent Genji to get the doctor. Natsui, holding the rifle aloft, faced the darkness in the center of the boiler room and shouted. I mean, I would be putting like take off my shirt and putting it onto his wound and really giving it a good compress. I'm trying just to keep him alive as long as possible. I mean, he's going to die, but it's I'll try to stunt the bleeding as much as possible.
そちらから出てこないなら容赦なく撃ちます。
ライトだ。おばさん、照らすぜ。
Light him up. Just start shooting. Battler, thinking quickly, took a large flashlight from the tool shelf along the door and used it to light to cut through the darkness Natsui was glaring into. But the light only shone on the mechanical-looking piping on a door. The door that had left open a small crack, and it was obvious that someone had left through there in a hurry.
夏日おばさん、あの扉はどこへ？
To the courtyard.
源氏、あの扉はどこに通じているのですか？
Canon, where's that door lead? To the courtyard.
中庭です。にかすかよ。くそこの野郎。
Yeah, P.S. I take that gun from Natsui. Yeah, bye, Natsui. I'm going to go hunting. You can use this later. Battler let out a war cry as he slammed into the door. Actually, I'd have picked up that hatchet. It's like, come here, motherfucker. Cool air from the outside suddenly rushed in. There was some thin, rough stairs leading up. Battler ran up them, shouting,
待ちなさい、バトラ君。
Fuck off, Natsui.
一人では危険です。
That's fine. I'm going to kill a son of a bitch. Natsui was also running up the stairs chasing after Battler. They were in the courtyard. The courtyard of the mansion had been built strictly for lighting purposes, so it wasn't a very elegant place. Because it was surrounded on all sides, the air was calm and completely undisturbed, even though they could hear the sound of strong winds. There was only the gentle, sorrowful rain. As he ran through the cold and scattered raindrops dashing up the stairs into the courtyard, Battler looked in every direction. Of course, the odds of him finding a suspicious silhouette just standing there around nonchalantly were pretty much zero. Battler spun around, looking all around. He turned again and again. He kept spinning until he almost lost his sense of direction. He prayed that he would see the culprit somewhere in the scenery. But there was no chance. All he saw as he spun was more and more of the mansion's heartless walls and windows. Furthermore, there were two entrances into the mansion from the courtyard, and neither of them were locked. Because the courtyard couldn't be entered from outside the mansion, the doors had been built without locks. He didn't know which one they had left through. He had to give up. Battler pounded on the wall with his fist, swearing.
バトラ君、一人で先走ってはダメです。バトラ君。
Battler pressed his forehead against the wall, which he scratched at with his fingernails as he cried.
畜生。ヘマおばさんに秀吉おじさん、さらにカノン君かよ。6人も殺しやがった。飽き足らずさらに3人も殺しやがった。ふざけるな、ふざけるな。
Why aren't you going in order? I thought this was actually gonna take place over like a fucking week. But no, fuck that shit. I'm just gonna kill whenever I feel like it.
ヘマおばさんも秀吉おじさんも昔からいつも優しくしてくれる愉快なおばさんたちだったじゃねえかよ。カノン君とは昨日会ったばかりだが、きっとこれから仲良くなれたと思うぜ。なんで殺した？どうして人ってのはな、殺しちまったらな、二度と生き返らねえんだぞ。タケノコみてえにひょいひょい生えてきちゃ来ねえんだぞ。どうして殺すんだよ。どうして。
Battler was a boy who could understand the feelings of pain and regret in a person's heart. So he cried, with all his strength. Natsui had always thought of Battler as a frank person, was a little surprised to find that he had this delicate side. And at the same time, she understood how easily easily hurt the heart of a young person could be, so she held him.
大丈夫です。
Thank you, Natsui.
あなたも、ジョージ君も、マリアちゃんも、ジェシカも、
Thank you.
母として、そして、後ろ宮家の代表として。
Thanks, Jessica's mom. Battler, after sobbing into Natsui's chest for a while, wiped his tears with a bitter smile as though he had been like that for the whole time, and tried to appear as though he'd cried more than enough already.
とにかく一度下に戻りましょう。
It's probably a good idea.
犯人を探すより自分たちの身を守る方が最優先です。明日になれば船が来る。
If we make it to tomorrow,
そうすれば警察がやってきて全てを白日のもとにさらし出してくれるでしょう。犯人がどうあがこうともこの島から逃げられるものですか。
そうっすね。警察さん来れば。
when the seagulls cry, the crime will be solved. But for some reason, Battler felt a slight sense of uneasiness, as if the seagulls would never cry again. That couldn't be true. When the typhoon passes, surely the lively seagulls will return to the harbor again. I returned to the boiler room along with Aunt Natsui and told everyone weakly that we hadn't found anything. We heard that Dr. Nanjo and George had carried Canon to the servant room. The servant room had a first aid kit and a sink and could apparently function as a nurse's office. Kumasawa and Jessica had accompanied them. Stain from Canon's blood remained on the floor. Judging by the large amount of blood lost and the ruthless shape of the weapon that had fallen carelessly to the ground, I figured that Dr. Nanjo's treatment would probably end in vain. Yeah, you need an actual, hospital for this. And even then, you might not even live. Because you need to, get, a full blood pump in there, because he's lost a fuck ton of blood, probably. You're gonna need a blood transfusion. You're gonna need a lot of shit set up. Yeah. You need, instantaneous treatment, and even then, it probably wouldn't be enough. That weapon was doubtlessly the same type that had been stuck in on Eva and Uncle Hideyoshi's foreheads. But wait, isn't the demonic design on the handle a little different? There seems to be some small differences in that part. Still, as far as their overall shape was concerned, the weapons were all of the same type. Though it had seemed brutal, we'd left the weapon stuck into Aunt Eva and Uncle Hideyoshi to preserve the crime scene. So this is the first time that we were able to have a perfect view of the entire weapon. As we had expected, the weapon was not bladed like a knife, but shaped like a toothpick. Or rather a thin stake. And it had a spiral-shaped pattern, sort of like a drill. It looked like something that might be driven into the hearts of a human sacrifices in some demonic ritual. Including the handle, it was 25 centimeters long. That's pretty long, actually. Half of that was the stake-shaped part, which was stained with the deep red blood. The length of the blood-stained part made it clear just how deeply it must have penetrated into Kanon's chest. But Aunt Natsui and the rest didn't even look at the weapon, and instead stood in the front of the incinerator where the horrible stench was emanating from. They must have dragged it out. Dragged out that thing, which had been burning in the furnace. It was still smoldering and kept sending out dense waves of that awful unpleasant smell. Oh good, it's a dead body, probably. Genji and Maria stared down at it. Aunt Natsui probably couldn't stand to look directly at it. She kept shaking her head, her back to it. I thought nothing could surprise me after everything that's happened. But this is... ugh. I stood there for a while, moaning with a rising urge to vomit. The true source of that unearthly stench, was a scorched corpse that had been cooking inside the incinerator. Oh, God. Ooh, fuck me. Yeah, P.S. hair smells like a motherfucker when it burns. So, that's what they're smelling. The clothes, the surface of the body, and the hair were all hideously burned. That grotesque corpse was in a state that where not the face, nor the age, nor even the gender could be guessed at. But even when I thought about it calmly, I realized that a corpse appearing at this time can only be one person. It has to be Kenzo. It was grandfather who had disappeared that morning and whose whereabouts had been unknown. What does it look like he fell out of a building?